So this is our organizational meeting. I'm just going to jump into the agenda. The first item is the election of officers. Really, the only question is, does anybody want to move around positions?
No.
Okay.
If Jean is still willing to.
Yeah, right. Do all the work.
And you are?
Yeah. Do you guys want to do these should we do them individually? Do you want to do them in chunks as far as adopting them?
We can do them in chunks.
Okay, so.
I think we can just go all the way F. Right?
Okay, yep. Okay, so the next one is committee elections. Everyone is on finance and governance, and everyone except for our treasurer is on our audit committee. Let me know if you have anything that you want to.
Mm-hmm.
Corporate counsel, Jasmine Schlesinger has been our corporate counsel historically. If you would like to reappoint me as executive director.
Yes, please.
Maybe we should make that
separate one? Okay, so let's skip that one. Yep. Ratify and appoint our auditors. So as everyone is aware, our auditor, our previous auditor is no longer doing municipal audits, and we reached out to a lot of different firms and interviewed 2 of them, and the consensus among John and Jane and I was to go with EFPR Group. Their fee for our 2024 audit, which we're working on right now, was $5,000. So what I'm asking is that we ratify that decision and the dollar amount and appoint EFPR Group as our auditors. And then we are required to adopt a series of policies and documents, most of which are on our website. If anyone has any questions about these, please just let me know. Our ethics policy, our investment guidelines, our conflicts of interest policy, our procurement policy, our compensation, reimbursement, and attendance policy, our defense and indemnification policy, our disposal of real property policy, our records retention policy, whistleblower policy, prohibition of loans to officers policy, our mission statement and measurement report, which I'm going to read our mission statement out loud. The point of this document is for us to think about our mission statement every year and make a determination if we want to make any edits to it. I'll come back to that. Our incentive and conditional compensation policy and our fee schedule. And our mission statement is the mission of the Southold Local Development Corporation is to foster community and economic development and the creation of jobs in the not-for-profit sector through 1, assisting in the development and implementation of projects by and for not-for-profit organizations located entirely or partially within the town of Southold. 2, providing financing for same. And 3, assisting said not-for-profit organizations in obtaining other forms of assistance, including, without limitation, grants and tax exemptions available under federal and New York State law. Does anyone have any edits to it?
No, I think that's fine.
Okay, so do we want to make a motion to adopt A through C? I'm going to skip D for right now, and E through F, and F includes all of those policies and documents that we just discussed.
And just to confirm, nothing has changed.
Nothing has changed, yeah. They certainly can change if you have edits to them,
but just to confirm, nothing has
yes,
changed.
as far as all of those policies and documents listed, the measurement, the year on the measurement statement.
Yes.
Is going to mission statement and measurement reports.
I'll second the motion.
I'm sorry, John.
Motion.
Either one. I don't care which way that goes. Motion is made and seconded.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Do you want me to step out for D?
I don't think so. I'll move to reappoint our executive director.
I'll second.
Everybody second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
All right.
The next item on the agenda. Is the minutes from our September 6th, 2024 regular meeting and our September 6th, 2024 Finance Committee meeting. They were sent previously. Does anyone have any edits or questions or?
I don't.
We have a motion to accept them?
Motion. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I'm going to do the treasurer's report since Jean was unable to join us today, or variation on the treasurer's report. Just so as of the end of 2024, 12/31/2024, our savings account balance was $36,229.53. And Jean put together a spreadsheet, but she was missing a few pieces. She got it to me last night, and I just figured, let me go over the basics, and I'm going to send that around once she fills in a couple of the blanks.
Okay.
So it's forthcoming.
Would you repeat the balance?
For the savings account, yes, $36,229.53. The checking account has $12,760.21. We have two CDs. One of them is number 3371. That one had $53,717.91. And the other one, which is 6414, just to make it confusing, has $53,778.52.
Okay.
So that's the balances as of the end of 2024. In November, the 6414 CD matured, and we rolled it over to a 10-month CD with a rate of 3.922%. And I would like, I have two things that I think we should probably ratify, that CD, and also on 12/23, I transferred with John and Jean involved, $10,000. We transferred $10,000 from our savings account to our checking account. And the reason that I did that was because the bank so far hasn't accepted anything that I've sent evidencing that we are a not-for-profit. And because everything I send, what they really want is a certificate that says we're a 501c3, which we are not, and we don't have. We have other things that show our status, but so far they haven't accepted anything. I'm working on it. But as a result, if the balance goes below $10,000 for any time during the month, they charge us, I think it's $12 or $15. I think it was 12 and now it's 15. So I was able to get one of them reversed, but I'm trying to get it so that it's a non-issue.
Yeah.
But that's why I moved that money in there, so that we had a little bit of a buffer to try to prevent the service fee from happening. So I'm asking that you ratify the CD and also the transfer. Do you want to do them separately or together?
No,
Together? Okay.
I'll make that.
I'll second.
Francis, all in favor?
Aye.
And then just to bring everybody up to speed, our audit is underway. I have been in touch with our auditors a number of times. They are gathering information, asking for how we handle things, asking for things in different formats. So I've just been responding to their requests. I suspect that they are going to have something that needs to go to each of you. I don't know what our former auditors would just ask me to send an email, and I would CC them, and your responses would just go to them also. I've had experiences with auditors that want a letter, and then I sign it, addressed to each of you, and then they take it. So there's all different ways. I don't know what they're going to do, but I would expect that you can have some interaction with them coming up soon.
March or February?
I'm hoping sooner than that, because the audit should be done in March, but it is already February 17th. So I'm sorry, January.
We're not
Those
quite
months.
there yet.
Yeah, just like that.
It's going
It's gonna be busy that month. That's good.
Yeah.
Short month too. So that's underway.
Good.
You know, we just, they're right now, they're just trying to learn us. They got everything from our former auditors to review. So we're moving along.
Good.
Paris is our annual compliance request. They will go out February 1st. I have them ready. They're just, you know, I just don't want to hit send too early, try to, you know, time it right so it doesn't get thrown on somebody's desk and kind of forgotten about. Your board assessments, ethics certificate, and fiduciary certifications. I think everybody filled them out. Thank you, Francis. Unless you guys have a need for executive session, I don't. I just have it, keep it on there just in case. Does anyone have any questions about the audit, Paris, any of that?
No, but it's fun. A little bit anxiety producing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, you know, if you guys want, I can CC you on my, what I'm sending them. It might be a little bit,
And how's Jean's okay with this process, right? She's involved, she's.
yes,
Okay.
Jean has, which is fine. I have, no issue with it. She's got some stuff going on. And so she asked me to kind of take the lead on it, which is fine with me. So I've been keeping her in the loop, but not asking her for much. So we're,
Was there a checkbook or something that they see that she had and you didn't?
yeah, so they asked for the check register, which, I sent them, last year's as a starting point. And I don't even recall if Jean got me this year's yet. I don't know if we sent it to them, but they said, no, this is not going to work. They sent me a spreadsheet and said, you have to take that information and put it into the spreadsheet, which was not a big deal at all. It's a little bit minutia because we have, you know, $72 in interest,
Yeah.
$38 in interest, you know, so it was just, I just had I had the bank open and the spreadsheet and I just, and at the end, when it calculated, it came out to the penny from what the bank said. All right, I typed them all in right. So I did 4 sheets for our 4 accounts, and now we have it, which is kind of nice too, because it might be something. I sent it to Jean. I don't know if she's had a chance to look at it at all, but it might be a nice way to present it to the board also.
Mm-hmm.
So.
I'm surprised they asked for that. I mean, what value is it of you transposing something on a statement?
Probably so that they have it in a spreadsheet. They don't have to.
That's what he
They
said.
can look at the formulas and make sure
And they
then add it up or whatever.
And he gave me, this is what we're looking for. So I just took what he was looking for and copied it into 4 spreadsheets and just filled it all out. And I gave him the bank statement. So he sees the beginning and the end.
That's the record. You want to do some extra work around it, have at it, but
Well,
that's true.
He
You
said,
don't want to, we want someone else to do it.
he said, we don't mind doing it, but we're going to charge you. No,
Exactly.
this is a silly, like, this is not,
Yeah.
I'm no auditor. I'm certainly capable of typing a few numbers into a spreadsheet. So no big deal at all. So I just did that and sent it to them. I sent it to Jean also. I said, Jean, this is a good reference for you because I know it's to the penny with the bank. So if you hit a roadblock somewhere, you have it. But yeah, so that's, that may have been the big excitement, that, and also they asked for copies of our closing books. So so I said,
There are those big,
well,
those are.
I said to him, we've got 2. I have one electronically. The other one, obviously, I can scan. It's doable. But I said to him, take the one that we have electronically. I haven't heard back from him to see if it went through because it's so big. I sent it through, not just as an attachment. I can't remember what it's called right now.
Those Dropboxes.
Yeah, something. But and if he says, yes, I need the other one, although you're going to test 100% of what we have, seems a little bit silly. But if he says that, I'm going to say, what sections? You don't need the whole book. Tell me what you need and I'll just scan it. So I'm waiting. I haven't heard back and it's fine.
Or can they borrow it? Like, I mean, once they know it exists, they don't need to keep a copy of it. It doesn't make any sense.
We don't have a full copy.
We do. at my house.
Go.
Yeah.
Just send them that.
Yeah,
I know.
I know.
Why
It's
don't you want it?
easy. I don't know. I think he's more specific. Oh, he was looking for,
Yeah, amortization.
Yes,
schedule. Yeah.
yes.
Okay, this.
but,
You don't need.
yeah,
so
so
the whole.
It's in there somewhere.
But maybe they're doing.
Here, it's in there somewhere. Good luck.
I think that's what it is. I think
Yeah.
it's a due
I
diligence
think
thing.
so.
And so that's why I sent him the one that I had, a
Yeah.
couple of clicks.
Okay.
And then the other one, if he needs it, I'll confirm with him, you want just this and just that, and just send him those sections.
Or let them borrow it,
Yeah.
confirm that it exists and.
Yeah, we're,
Yeah, okay.
so that may have been the real big excitement of the audit.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, no,
Sorry.
it's all good. And the only other thing that I have on the agenda, and I don't know if we want to do this right now, is Paris is due the end of March.
Yeah. Which
means that you have to adopt Paris, but also the audit is part of Paris. So you
Yeah.
have to have the audit. I don't upload it into Paris until you've adopted it, but upload it into Paris. So the reality is I'll have Paris, the project sections and all the other sections done, as soon as I get the information back from the projects, which I haven't even sent to them. I'm not worried about that at all. The thing that's a little bit unknown this year is our audit.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm thinking if we want to schedule a date, we should push something as close to the end of March as is possible to give them as much time. But I think we might need to pivot a little bit just because they're, new, and I don't know.
My margins almost empty. So I'm good.
Later in March is better than earlier because I'll be away for part of March.
Okay.
So
So 22nd or 29th? 22nd.
that's
Those are Saturdays.
Oh,
So
sorry,
let's do 21st or 28th.
28th, the 21st, I have a 10 o'clock meeting already.
Like the 28th is best for me that week. I'll be in safe the week before.
All right, 28th. Let's do this. Let's just put it in pencil. That's what you use. But you can't do it. Do it anyway. And just say the 20.
Okay. And is 10 o'clock good?
For me, it is.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll tentative. I will share that with our auditors. I'll share it with you also. Just so that they know what we're shooting for. And we'll go from there. Does anyone have anything else?
I did just want to ask, I saw references, an email to the school still being interested, just wondering what kind of communication.
So I guess that was our September meeting when, before our September meeting, I heard from someone who told me that they were still interested, and actually it was their counsel told me that they were planning on reaching out because they wanted to see if we had any contacts at banks.
Mhm.
So I reached out to a couple of banks, gave people like, hey, I think is it okay if I share your contact? Is this something you might be interested in? And I got positive responses, and then I never heard.
So nothing since then. Okay.
And that was summertime. And I thought, I'll probably hear from them before the start of the school year, because I was thinking there might be a little lull before it starts. I don't really know, but that seemed like possible. And then when I didn't hear from them then, I thought, oh, maybe there'll be a little lull once they get into the swing of the school year.
Mhm.
But, I don't know what they're doing.
Okay.
We did have a quick meeting with the town board head, Lisa, but it was truly uninspiring. Nothing happened. He didn't really have any questions for us. He didn't kind of know what we did. My history.
Supervisor?
So it
So
wasn't with, okay.
our liaison, Greg Dorosky was there
It is
also.
correct.
Yes,
Okay.
but,
Yeah,
and also the deputy supervisor. But he was there as well.
But it was really just, we've been sort of hearing that they wanted to talk to all the heads of the committee, blah, 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 blah. Never called us. We said, honey, we ran into him.
I saw him at an event and introduced myself and said, do you want to meet? Do you want to learn about what we do? Do you want to? And he said, yeah, that would be great.
But he's still really just focused on housing.
Yeah.
And his only real thought that I heard, cogency was he was going to ask Chronic Landing to actually whether they wanted to build staff housing, whether they're building staff housing, which the space house everybody. It's got but that's what they were talking about. And that was the only thing. I suggested he look into municipal housing authority that do exist and there's one in Calgary that maybe do a lot of different things, but he said he looked into it. So it was really a very quiet, simple little meeting.
Yeah.
45 minutes.
Yeah.
And we just gave more history and direction as to how.
Although it was, I think, on some more people that know what we do, they might have somebody who comes in and they might say, hey, let's get them in touch with the LDC.
Because somebody said, yeah, great. Love it if not serious. You've seen it? That was it.
Housing is a hot topic everywhere.
Everywhere.
They don't still have no plan. They have money.
Yes.
And that extra mortgage building tax, I'm sure is not producing anything like what they expected to do when they first passed it. But nonetheless, they have a little bit of that's good for a whole. There is an ad out in the paper, I don't know if you notice this, for basically a housing guru, a
Yes.
czar.
Yeah, I did see
He's
that.
in economic development. It's not clear what his position would be as a her. So I didn't.
My understanding of that pot of money is that they have to have a plan of what they're going to use it for prior to actually doing.
It's not a lot of actual money.
No.
You really come down. It's more than that.
Yeah.
So they'll eat up with staff and planning. Never have to worry about it.
I know some of the towns decided to use it for, or at least some of it for first-time home buyer grants.
Yeah, they were trying to figure that part out. So it's not go direct. You want to be directly, selecting and then interacting with long-term basis. But I think that's why.
Yeah, because it's a lot of tracking and.
Yes. Yeah, become ridiculous.
Yeah.
So the only thing they really had thought was property out there. Housing. That was it.
That was it.
So there's not much going on between us and town. As you can see, Greg's number.
But we did have, we had a meeting, so
Yeah, it was better than now.
yeah, we're a little bit on their radar.
I'm sure if there was something going on, Greg would show up.
Yeah, no, that's
Oh, yeah.
Greg.
Yeah, he would reach out.
He is diligent, and he
Yeah.
is, and he is an active member. So yeah, he would. But
Yeah.
so far he hasn't. This is what we do.
Yeah.
Thank you, our adoring public, for attending another.
Former liaison members on my street.
Wow.
Sarah.
She did. She moved to your street. Wow.
Her mom lives on the street.
Oh.
Mom.
Do we have anything else?
I would move to adjourn.
I'll second it.
All right,
Thank you so much.
thank you, Lisa, for coming. And anything else? No, we're done.
No, that's all. Thank you. Those were just blank. I'll save them for next year. Oh, wait, but did I put the year on this one? Oh. No, perfect. I'll save it for next year.
Love it.
Save it for a year and there.
Exactly, thank God.
Let me, turn this recording off, sorry.